What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back. You guys already know what time it is with this individual right here. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. Anyways, people, I'm going to give you a little topic about what happened to me yesterday. If you guys have been following what I was doing yesterday, I went to Arizona. I had to go meet up with somebody that I'd done time with. He paroled, and that's where he's at. You know, right there by, just down the street from Ironwood. Well, anyways, people, before I go on to that, the incident is involved with, there's a bunch of bikers there. Biker club. You know what I mean? And we all know we've had experience dealing with individuals, you know what I mean, and the respect of the road. But it works both ways. Straight up. You know what I mean? Respect goes both ways. If you give respect, you get respect. You give bad energy, especially if you give it to the wrong individual, you're going to get that mutual energy back. Well, anyways, people, before I go and do that, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all, share this channel. Let's get it up to 10,000 subscribers. And once again, this is a fitness channel. If you want to become that best version of yourself, shoot me a DM or email me at highpoweredfitness@yahoo.com. You could DM me on my Instagram, highpoweredfitness, high_power_fitness_. And we'll take it from there, people. We will get you started on becoming that best version of yourself. But before I go and move on to what I need to talk about, I need to elaborate just a little bit on some symptoms that are more than likely related to you being deficient in vitamin D. And they're more than likely symptoms that you weren't even aware of. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few of them, you know what I mean? Because like I've said, this is a fitness channel, so I must touch on fitness and nutrition, mandatory. You know what I mean? I believe I've did it only one time where I didn't reflect anything about nutrition or fitness, but it's just a reminder, this is a fitness channel, so I have to. Well, anyways, yeah, vitamin D deficiency, man, I'm going to give you some symptoms, and some of the symptoms that you probably didn't know that are related to vitamin D deficiency. The most common signs that you're deficient include lower back pain, depression, high blood pressure, inflammation, and autoimmune diseases. Okay, so there's blood tests that will only show you the inactive form of vitamin D, and it doesn't tell you about the cellular level. So beware for some of the surprising signs of vitamin D deficiency, such as follows. Okay, I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but these are some basic symptoms that you need to be aware of. Okay, head sweating. This is typically seen like when you're asleep at nighttime. You go to sleep, you wake up, and you got a soggy pillow. It's usually because you're sweating. And you got to make sure, if you went to sleep in a room that is cool, obviously there's something wrong with that. So it's very important to listen to what your body tells you. Your body will speak to you, people. That's why I always emphasize on this as well. You know what I mean? Be careful what you put into your body. Pay attention when you eat something. See the way your body reacts to it. Because something that you're putting in your body that you think may be beneficial may be doing more harm than good. Okay, that's why I always emphasize, listen to your body, people. Your body will speak to you. You just have to listen and pay attention. Okay, so, like I said, nighttime sweating excessively in a cool room. You may also wake up, like I said, a wet pillow. There's mood swings. You got to keep in mind, vitamin D controls mood regulation. You go through a lot of procrastination, panic attacks. Vitamin D can also cause, achiness in the pelvis, lower back, hips, and upper legs. Loss of muscle strength. So those are just a few symptoms to be aware of. You know what I mean? And like I said, just pay attention to what your body says. Your body will speak to you, people. And especially when it comes to trying new foods out. When you start introducing new foods, new vitamins, supplements, pay attention to what your body tells you. Make notes. It's not really hard. It's not a puzzle. It's not hard to figure out. But anyways, people, I'm going to get straight to the story, man. For those of you that know, I was on my way to Arizona, which I did go to Arizona. Like I said, I had to go meet up with an individual that I'd done time with. And where I met up with him was like right down the street from Ironwood. I'm not going to say which prison he paroled from, because there's a couple of prisons out there. There's Calapatria, there's, Ironwood, there's Centinela, you know what I mean? But anyways, on my way up there was obviously a cool ride, you know what I mean? With me, I enjoy the scenery. I pull over, sightsee, you know what I mean? And I'm going to fast forward this part because I don't want to bore you guys. But I had an encounter with gang of bikers, man. Gang of bikers. No, it wasn't the Mongos. No, it wasn't. It's actually a club that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? I seen their patches. I recognized. I didn't notice anything that represented 1% or anything like that. So I'm not going to label them as 1%ers. But keep in mind, man, and this goes for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not just singling out clubs, motorcycle clubs. When you get a group of people, for some reason, there's always an individual that feels like this motherfucker is Superman. You know what I mean? Like he's like that guy. You know what I mean? You gotta always realize when you pump your chest out, there's always someone out there that is looking for that challenge. You know what I mean? And me, I've never taken any type of how should I say, because I don't want to offend anybody, any type of behavior such as this individual posed towards me lightly. I don't feel threatened by it. I feel it as a challenge. And me, I play chess. You know what I mean? Obviously, I was outnumbered. Okay. And you know what I found kind of weird with this club right here? While I was traveling, I seen a lot of them. There would be a single rider, double riders, and then I would see groups. The majority of them that I seen together, and it was the same club because I recognize the patches, was at this one particular gas station. General Patton, if you guys are familiar with the museum right there, that's where they were. But anyways, like I said, I don't want to go rambling on. I actually had stopped there to put some fuel, to fuel up. And a certain individual, was a little disrespectful. And I'm one to take notice. My old self, I would have just ran that punk motherfucker over. You know what I mean? You can't win a battle over a car and a scooter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real and 100%. I don't care where you come from. When you give respect, you get respect. You know what I mean? But when you come at an individual such as myself, if I were riding solo and I didn't have my wife with me, things would have been differently. It would have been all bad for him. I'll tell you that right now. Guaranteed. Well, anyways, I've disregarded this individual, took a good notice of who this individual was. So, okay. And I sat around a little bit, lingered, because I was hoping to catch his fucking poo butt in the restroom or something so I could go lay him out real quick. It was obvious this cat was somebody that's trying to be something that he's not, because, from what I've seen, a lot of his buddies, they didn't really acknowledge him like righteous homies would. And I'm familiar with motorcycle clubs, you know what I mean? I got homies that belong to some motorcycle clubs. I got one of my righteous homeboys that became part of a club, you know what I mean? He's a 1%er. Much love and respect to you. You already know who you are. I will never put your name out here. For those of you that know, you know. But anyways, so anyways, it didn't work out as planned, but I did remember this individual's face. And since my wife was with me, you know what I mean, I wasn't about to bring any, how should I say, anxiety to my wife, because my wife doesn't need that. And really, all bullshit aside, I shouldn't be getting worked up the way I do. But like I've said in the past, you know what I mean, I still have that that warrior inside of me. And I'm able to read people such as fakes, flakes, and prods. Well, anyways, I'm not going to ramble on because I do ramble on a lot. I'm going to have to fast forward this. As I went along my journey, I happened to recognize this individual. He was rolling. This motherfucker rode up next to me. So I gave him the bird. It's like, who the fuck's this fool? You know what I mean? I know who he is. He tried to get crazy. This fool tried to play chicken with a fucking time bomb. That's a no-no. You know what I mean? So he tried to do his little cut and bobbing, weaving. What do they call it? Splitting lanes. Hey, I respect every biker. I have my Class M. I know what it's like to ride. I love riding bikes. I have respect for every individual that's out there riding a bike and that respects the road. You got to respect. You ain't the only motherfucker out there. Okay? This fucking lame thought he was the king of the road or something. While he met his competition that didn't really give a fuck. This individual right here. So anyways, he wanted to play that game with me. Obviously, I was in a pretty motherfucking fast car. So he wanted to play that game. I cut that motherfucker off and made that motherfucker shit his pants. And then brake checked his ass. I guess he realized that he was fucking with the wrong person. You know what I mean? I left it as that. I didn't pursue it. I just wanted to give him a taste of his own motherfucking medicine. You need to watch who you try to test, because you really don't know who you're testing. If you're going to test, be willing to participate. You see what I'm saying? You know, much love and respect to all them clubs that are out there doing that thing, you know what I mean? And keep your boys in line, the ones that are out there driving recklessly, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, I understand the part about the bikes and all that, but you got to respect motorists as well. You know what I mean? I remember driving when I was a big rig driver, you guys would be splitting lanes, man. I'd make room for you guys just to let you do your thing. But you got to keep in mind, I'm in an 80,000 pound vehicle, man. And sometimes it's kind of hard to make changes, you know what I mean? You can't blame us at fault. You're on a little 500, 700 pound bike. Well, anyways, people, the moral of the story is, man, give respect to the next man. You know what I mean? Especially, you don't know what that individual's going through. That boo could be a sitting time bomb. Be the last time you ever disrespect somebody. I'm telling you right now, and I'm keeping it real and 100%. If my wife weren't with me, things would have been different. Guaranteed. I'm keeping it real. Keeping it gangster, baby. You know what I mean? So, I doubt you will ever see this video, but I just wanted to share with my viewers what happened, you know what I mean? I just wanted to, you know, pump a little fear in this guy's heart to show him that, you know, hey, you ain't doing nothing to me. You're not impressing me. You know what I'm saying? Give respect, get respect. Well, anyways, people, with that being said, man, I went on rambling enough. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. That way I can start doing lives. And yeah, if you want to get started on your fitness journey on becoming that best version of yourself, you already know, man, shoot me that DM on my Instagram. Go check out my Instagram. I have like over 2 years of content there, man. I went from fat to fit to rip. I have my team members' transformations. I have testimonials from my team members. I even have testimonials from people that aren't even part of my team. Just people that I just, you know, laced them up with some knowledge where they could get some basic results. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's all there on my Instagram, you know. High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. If you want to reach out to me through my email, shoot me an email at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Don't talk about it, be about it. Now, with that being said, get up and get yours.